This is your everyday English class.
Hello! Welcome to English Cactus.
My name is Brian.
And my name is Anna. We are so happy you are here with us today.
Let us ask you something. Have you ever felt nervous when someone asks, "So what do you do at work?"
And suddenly your mind goes blank?
Maybe you know English, but describing your job or daily work tasks feels difficult.
And here's something interesting. Many English learners believe they need difficult grammar or advanced vocabulary to sound professional.
But actually, simple English can help you communicate clearly and confidently at work.
In today's episode, we are going to practice something super useful: how to describe your job and work tasks in English.
Whether you work in an office, restaurant, store, hospital, school, or anywhere else, today's episode will help you explain what you do in a simple and natural way.
And don't worry if you don't understand everything the first time.
Relax, that is completely normal.
First, you will listen to a fun and natural dialogue.
Then, after the story, we will explain the vocabulary, useful expressions, and cultural tips, so everything becomes much easier to understand.
So grab your coffee, relax, and enjoy the episode.
And before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support really helps us continue creating free English lessons for you, and you will never miss new episodes.
Also, leave a comment and tell us, where are you from?
All right, let's begin.
Hey, Daniel. How is your first week at work going?
Hi, Sophia. It's going well, but I still feel a little nervous sometimes.
That's completely normal. Starting a new job can feel stressful, but you're doing great. What kind of tasks do you do every day?
Well, I work in an office. I answer emails, organize files, and talk to customers.
That sounds interesting. So you have many responsibilities.
Yes, a little. Sometimes I also help my manager with reports.
Nice. When someone asks, "What do you do at work?" you can explain your tasks in simple English. For example, I answer emails and organize information.
Oh, that sounds easy. Sometimes I don't know how to explain my job.
No problem. We can practice together. What is your job title?
I'm an office assistant.
Great. And what exactly do you do?
Let me think. I schedule meetings, answer phone calls, and prepare documents.
Perfect. That is a great description already.
Really?
Yes. You can say, I work as an office assistant. My job is to organize documents, answer calls, and help my team.
Wow, that sounds professional.
And simple. Simple English is powerful. You do not need difficult words all the time.
That makes me feel better.
Good. Confidence is important. Keep going. Study English every day, even if it is only for 15 minutes.
I try to practice every day.
That's excellent. Small steps are still progress.
What about you? What do you do at work?
I work in marketing.
Oh, nice. What are your tasks?
I create social media posts, talk to clients, and help with marketing ideas.
That sounds creative.
Sometimes it is, but some days are very busy.
I understand. At my job, some days are quiet, but other days are very stressful.
That happens in every workplace.
Yesterday, my manager asked me to prepare a report, and I felt nervous.
Why?
Because it was my first time doing it.
That's understandable. What did you do?
I asked questions.
Good. Asking questions is smart. Many people are afraid to ask for help.
I said, "Sorry, could you explain that again?"
Perfect sentence. That is very useful at work.
I also said, "Can you show me how to do this?"
Excellent. People usually appreciate when you want to learn.
My manager was very patient.
That's great to hear.
Sometimes I worry because my English is not perfect.
Daniel, listen to me. Your English does not need to be perfect. You only need to communicate clearly.
Really?
Of course. Even native speakers make mistakes.
That makes me feel more relaxed.
Good. Imagine this situation. Someone asks you, "What are your daily tasks?" What would you say?
Maybe I answer emails, organize files, help customers, and prepare reports.
Amazing. That sounds clear and professional.
Thanks so much.
No problem. Another useful sentence is, I work with customers every day.
Oh, I like that one.
Or if you work on a computer a lot, you can say, I manage information and prepare documents.
That sounds useful for me.
Exactly. Sometimes people ask me if I enjoy my job. And what do you say?
I say, yes, I enjoy it, but I am still learning.
That's a very natural answer. What if I want to say my work is difficult? You can say, sometimes my work is challenging, but I learn something new every day.
Oh, I really like that sentence.
It sounds positive, and employers usually like positive people.
True.
Let's practice more. Imagine someone asks, what do you usually do during the day?
Okay, first I check my emails, then I organize my schedule. After that, I help customers and finish reports.
Wow, that was very good.
Really?
Yes, you are improving already.
Thank you. Sometimes I feel shy speaking English.
That's normal, but remember, practice makes progress.
Not perfection?
Exactly. Progress is more important.
I like that idea.
Let me ask you something else. What is the most difficult task at your job?
Probably answering difficult customer questions.
I understand. What do you usually say?
Sometimes I say, let me check that information for you.
That is a fantastic professional sentence.
Thanks, I learned it from a coworker.
Learning from coworkers is very helpful.
What about meetings? I feel nervous in meetings.
Oh, many people do. If you do not understand something, you can politely ask, sorry, could you repeat that?
That sounds polite.
Yes, very polite.
Or maybe, sorry, I didn't understand. Could you explain?
Exactly. Very natural English.
Good to know.
Here is another tip. If someone speaks too fast, you can say, could you speak a little slower, please?
That is very useful.
Definitely.
Sometimes I feel embarrassed asking people to repeat.
Don't feel embarrassed. Learning takes time.
You're right.
Keep practicing. Keep learning. You're doing great.
Thank you for encouraging me.
Anytime. We all start somewhere.
You know, I want to improve my English for better opportunities.
That's a great goal.
I think English can help me grow professionally.
Absolutely. Many companies value employees who speak English.
I want to feel confident in meetings.
You will, step by step.
Sometimes I watch videos in English after work.
Great idea. Podcasts are also very helpful.
Yes, because I can listen while walking or cleaning.
Exactly. Try listening every day, even for 10 minutes.
I'll do that.
Also, practice describing your job every day.
Like homework?
Kind of. For example, stand in front of the mirror and say, I answer emails. I organize schedules. I help customers.
That sounds funny.
Maybe a little, but it works.
I'll try it.
Another good practice is writing your daily tasks in English.
Oh, like a journal?
Yes. For example, today I had a meeting. I answered emails and talked to clients.
That sounds useful.
Very useful.
What if I forget words?
Use simple words. Don't stop talking.
Really?
Yes, communication is more important than perfect grammar.
That helps me feel less nervous.
Good. Remember, every expert was once a beginner.
That's motivating.
You are learning something new every day.
I hope so.
No, not hope. You are. Look at this conversation. You are speaking about work in English already.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
See? Progress.
Thanks, Sophia. I feel much better now.
I'm happy to hear that. Keep going, Daniel. Study English every day, and little by little, speaking about your work will feel natural.
I will. Thanks so much for your help.
Sure thing. And remember, don't be afraid to make mistakes.
I'll remember that.
Good. Now tell me one last thing. What do you do at work?
I work as an office assistant. I answer emails, organize documents, help customers, and prepare reports.
Perfect. That was excellent.
Really?
Yes, you're doing great.
Thank you. I feel more confident now.
That's the spirit.
That was a really interesting story. Sophia and Daniel talked about something so real.
And now let's break everything down in a simple way. First, we will go over some important vocabulary, and then we will finish with cultural tips and real-life ideas connected to this topic.
So relax, listen carefully, and remember, you do not need to understand everything perfectly the first time. Keep going. You're doing great.
Word 1. Report.
Let's continue with another important word, report.
A report is a document with information. Many jobs require reports.
Daniel mentioned that he helped his manager prepare reports.
For example, imagine you work in sales. Maybe your manager asks, "Can you prepare the weekly report?"
Or if you work in customer service, I write reports about customer problems.
At first, this word can sound a little formal, but trust us, it is very common in professional English.
And if this sounds difficult, don't worry. Keep going. Little by little, you will understand more.
Word 2. Customer.
Another super important word is customer.
A customer is a person who buys something or uses a service.
For example, I help customers every day.
Or, some customers ask many questions.
Here is a useful difference. A customer buys products or services. A client usually has a more professional or long-term relationship with a company.
For example, a lawyer may say client, while a supermarket worker usually says customer.
But don't worry too much about this difference in the beginning. Both words are useful.
Word 3. Responsibility.
Another powerful word is responsibility.
This word means something important you must do.
Example, one of my responsibilities is organizing meetings.
Or, my main responsibility is helping customers.
Here is a very professional sentence. I am responsible for preparing documents.
You will hear this expression a lot in job interviews.
Let's repeat together. I am responsible for. Great job.
Word 4. Manager.
The next word is manager.
A manager is the person who supervises a team.
Example, my manager asked me to prepare a report.
Or, I have a meeting with my manager today.
Some learners also confuse manager and boss.
Good point. A boss sounds a little more informal. Manager sounds more professional.
Both are common, but in workplaces, people often say manager.
Word 5. Deadline.
Oh yes, a deadline is the final time to finish something.
Example, the deadline is Friday.
Or, I need to finish this task before the deadline.
Sometimes deadlines can feel stressful,
Very stressful.
but organization helps a lot.
All right, now let's talk about something very important.
Workplace culture.
Sometimes English learners know vocabulary, but they do not know how people actually speak in professional situations.
And cultural differences matter. Cultural tip 1. Asking questions is normal.
First, in many English-speaking workplaces, asking questions is normal.
Very normal.
Some people feel afraid and think, if I ask questions, maybe people will think I'm not smart.
But actually, asking questions often shows responsibility.
Imagine your manager explains a task and you are confused. It is better to ask, could you explain that again, than to make a big mistake later.
Exactly. People usually appreciate honesty.
Here are some polite professional phrases. Could you explain this part? Can you show me how to do this? Just to confirm, should I send this today?
These phrases make you sound professional and careful. Cultural tip 2. Small talk at work.
Another interesting thing is small talk.
Small talk means short, friendly conversations.
In many workplaces, people talk casually before meetings.
For example, how was your weekend? How are things going? Busy day today?
Some people think this is unnecessary, but actually, it helps build relationships.
You do not need long conversations. Simple answers are enough. Example, it was good, thanks. I relaxed at home. Or, pretty busy, but everything is okay.
Friendly communication is important at work.
Cultural tip 3. Being polite matters.
Another big workplace tip, politeness matters.
In professional English, people often sound softer and more polite.
Instead of saying, explain this, people often say, could you explain this, please?
Instead of, I need help, they might say, could you help me for a moment?
Small words like please, thank you, and would you mind make a big difference.
People usually appreciate honesty. Cultural tip 4. Meetings can feel different.
Let's talk about meetings.
Meetings in English-speaking companies are often direct.
People usually go straight to the topic.
But don't feel pressure to speak perfectly. You can still participate with simple sentences. For example, I agree. That sounds good. Can you explain that?
Even short participation is great practice.
Cultural tip 5. Mistakes are normal.
And finally, mistakes are normal.
This is probably the most important lesson today.
Many students wait for perfect English.
But perfection takes time.
Real progress happens when you speak, even with mistakes.
Daniel improved because he practiced.
And you can too.
Keep studying English every day.
Learn something new every day.
Little by little, speaking English at work will feel easier.
You're doing great.
You keep going.
All right, now let's move to something very practical.
We are going to give you useful sentence models so you can start talking about your job and work tasks in English today.
Don't worry if you feel nervous speaking English.
Remember, simple English works.
You do not need difficult words. You only need useful phrases that help you communicate.
We will show you sentence models, easy alternatives, and practical examples you can use in real life. 1. A simple way to describe your job.
Let's start with an easy sentence model. I work as job title.
Simple and professional. Examples. I work as a teacher. I work as a receptionist. I work as an office assistant. I work as a salesperson.
If you don't know how to explain everything yet, this sentence is already a great start.
2. Talking about your work tasks.
Now let's add your daily tasks. Sentence model. I, verb, plus task.
Examples. I answer emails. I organize documents. I help customers. I prepare reports. I talk to clients.
You can combine them too. For example, I answer emails, organize files, and help customers.
That sounds natural and professional. 3. Talking about your daily routine at work.
Here is another useful structure. First, then, after that.
Example. First, I check my emails. Then, I organize my schedule. After that, I help customers.
This structure is amazing if someone asks, what do you usually do at work?
4. If you feel nervous speaking English.
Maybe you are thinking, but what if I forget words? No problem. Use simple alternatives. Instead of a long sentence, say, I help people. I work with documents. I answer messages.
Short sentences are okay. Simple English is powerful.
All right, before we finish, let's do a quick recap of what we learned today.
Today you learned how to describe your job and work tasks in English using simple and natural sentences.
We practiced useful expressions like, I answer emails. I help customers. I prepare reports. Could you explain that again?
And remember something important. You do not need perfect English to communicate well at work.
Many people wait until they feel ready to speak English.
But what if waiting is exactly what is slowing your progress?
Think about this for a moment. If someone asked you today, what do you do for work? Would you feel confident answering?
And if not, what small step can you take today to improve? Maybe learning 5 new words. Maybe practicing one sentence in front of the mirror. Maybe listening to English for 10 minutes every day.
Small actions create big results.
Imagine how different your life could feel if speaking about your job in English became natural for you. More confidence, better communication, maybe even better professional opportunities.
So here is our challenge for you. Try describing your work tasks in English today. Keep it simple. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Just start.
And tell us in the comments, what do you do for work? Try writing your answer in English.
Also, tell us which sentence from today's episode was your favorite.
If this episode helped you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this podcast with a friend who is learning English too.
Your support helps us continue creating free content to help people improve their English in a fun and natural way.
Take care.
And we will see you in the next episode of English Cactus.